With that being said, you big dummies, you getting paid now.
Right.
Everybody now has an opportunity to pull up their chair and have.
Over the last year, Sheryl Swoopes has been relentlessly targeting Caitlin Clark with an avalanche of strange and baseless accusations. She's painted Clark as a 25-year-old competing against teenagers, dismissed her rookie season as overrated, and even suggested that her teammates don't want to play with her. The volume and consistency of these attacks have felt almost obsessive.
Some of your peers, they will recognize, her game, but they won't recognize her impact.
Right.
How can you separate the two? It's kind of hard, right?
And I used, Jax, you're absolutely right. And I was like, come on, you big dumb.
Then, out of nowhere, Cheryl Miller entered the conversation, and she did not come quietly. The basketball icon and former coach of Caitlin Clark delivered a decisive and devastating response on the All the Smoke podcast, going so far as to call Swoopes a big dummy while expertly tearing apart every single false narrative. Miller's powerful defense of Clark not only silenced critics but also sparked renewed excitement about the future of the Indiana Fever.
3-time Player of the Year, 2-time National Championship, 2-time Tournament MVP, first woman to dunk in an organized game, gold medalist. Thank you for making time. Welcome to the show, Cheryl Miller.
But before diving into everything Miller laid out, we have to ask, why is one of the greatest figures in women's basketball so determined to tear down a rising star like Clark? Let's unpack the strange, persistent campaign Sheryl Swoopes has waged against Clark since her college days, continuing all the way into her rookie WNBA season.
About how much more experience that gives you over other players coming in, right? So people say, dang, like he or she's killing them, but you have a 25-year-old playing against a 20-year-old.
The saga began when Swoopes made outrageously inaccurate claims about Clark's college career. One of the most egregious was her suggestion that Clark was 25 years old while playing against 20-year-olds at Iowa. In reality, Clark was just 22 during her senior year, like many college seniors. When pressed on this lie, Swoopes backpedaled, blaming hyperbole tied to COVID eligibility, a flimsy excuse that simply didn't hold up.
Clark right now probably takes about 40 shots a game.
Here we go.
I know you like that.
Hell yeah.
I said that because when she comes to the league, regardless of what team she goes to that has vets on that team, she probably ain't gonna get 40 shots.
But Swoopes didn't stop there. She went further, falsely claiming that Clark took 40 shots per game, branding her as selfish and inefficient. In truth, Clark averaged just 22.7 shots per game. Ironically, Swoopes herself averaged 19.2 shots as a senior, barely fewer. This hypocrisy came to a head when Clark approached the NCAA scoring record, and Swoopes tried to downplay it by claiming Clark needed a fifth year to break it.
If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay.
Right? So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year, and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record?
That claim was flat out wrong. Clark broke the record in just 4 years, the standard length of college eligibility. While she could have taken a fifth year due to COVID exemptions, she chose not to. As Clark transitioned into the WNBA, Swoopes boldly predicted she wouldn't shine. But when Clark began setting rookie assist records and proving herself as a top-tier playmaker, Swoopes conveniently disappeared. Clark wrapped up her first season averaging 19.2 points and a league-leading 8.4 assists, good enough for Rookie of the Year honors.
She wouldn't be good. What I said was I didn't think Caitlin or Angel would come into the league and dominate immediately, which I don't think either of them did.
Respectfully, there is absolutely no way, even when we're trying to sit here and play semantics about dominating, there's no way that anyone could ever leave this season in saying that both Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese didn't dominate. You would have to further explain what dominance means for you to not sit here and say that a player who is leading the league in assists while averaging 19 to 20 points didn't dominate.
Trying to clarify her stance, Swoopes later said she didn't claim Clark wouldn't be good, just that neither Clark nor Angel Reese would dominate right away. But let's be honest, leading the league in assists while scoring nearly 20 points per game is domination by any fair standard. If we're going to nitpick about the definition of dominance, then we need to redefine it altogether.
Since she was in college, I helped do her shoe deal with Nike in 1993, took her to her first SBs. I've known Cheryl, I've coached her, have a lot of respect for her. I called her when Caitlin was still playing at Iowa and she had just broken Maravich's record. And it was all over the place, as you and I have discussed, that there was this quote by Cheryl that said, Caitlin was, 25 years old. She was, however old, 24 years old. She was a fifth-year senior. Right. She was taking 40 shots a game. Her records were ill.
Despite insisting she doesn't dislike Clark, Swoopes continued to downplay her achievements, most notably during an appearance on Angel Reese's podcast. It was a textbook example of passive-aggressive undermining, claiming there's no animosity while repeatedly throwing shade.
Got off the treadmill and I called her as a friend and I said, you can say whatever you want, you can have your own opinion about anybody, but you do have to get the statistics right. I mean, facts matter. And if you just get ahead of this and just say, hey, I made a mistake on my numbers, then this thing is over and everybody respects you for your opinion. And, you might like Boston, I might like the Yankees. It's okay to have difference of opinions. Well, she got upset with me on the phone, and I was like, Cheryl, I'm not doing anything to hurt you. I'm just sharing. We're talking. And so our relationship it pretty much is not happening at this point. I tried to talk to her at the Final Four. Right. She didn't want to talk to me. My life's going to be good or great with or without Sheryl Swoopes.
Eventually, the basketball community had seen enough. After widespread backlash, Swoopes was quietly removed from commentating on a Fever game and replaced by Nancy Lieberman. Lieberman wasted no time calling out the falsehoods being pushed about the rookie phenom.
You're absolutely right. And I was like, come on, you big dummies. Is she getting hyped? Yes. Yeah. But she was in the backyard. She was putting in the same time, sometimes maybe more than you were.
Right.
I can't fault her for what she was.
What the basketball world truly needed was someone with unquestionable credibility to stand up for Clark, and that moment arrived when Cheryl Miller stepped into the spotlight on All the Smoke. A legend who had actually coached Clark, Miller wasn't holding back. What followed was one of the most honest and impassioned defenses women's basketball has seen.
Look, as much as she was given, you can't tell me if that door would have swung the other way where she didn't live up to the hype.
Right.
Come on, folks are still waiting for her to fall.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yep.
So, with that being said, you big dummies, you getting paid now.
Miller didn't just voice support, she unleashed a fiery, pinpoint attack on Clark's critics. Her now viral takedown, "Come on, you big dummies," sent the studio into laughter, but her words carried real weight. Miller had seen Clark's work ethic firsthand and wasn't going to let lazy narratives diminish her.
Recently coached the WNBA All-Star game. You spent some time with Caitlin Clark.
Best coaching job ever.
Best coaching job
Best coaching job ever.
Being around Caitlin Clark, how was the experience with her? She's such a big star. I mean, the sky's the limit for her. To be around her, just talk about the type of person she is, how much she loves the game.
I'm going to be honest because it needs to be said. I can relate to that young lady, and I felt for her. Mm-hmm. I know what it's like to be hated. I know what it's like to be a black woman and hated because of my skin.
What made Miller's defense so unshakable was her credibility. She wasn't speculating, she had coached Clark at the 2024 WNBA All-Star Game. She saw beyond the flashy highlights and into Clark's deeper game, and what she discovered surprised even her.
I can't imagine this young lady, I don't want to use hate, but despised. Mm-hmm. And people just having, she brought some on herself a little bit because she's cocky for a good reason.
Mm-hmm. Confident.
And I love that about her. But to watch the dynamics and the media, they had their narrative. And I was pleased and proud to see the narrative wasn't.
I was proud to see that the narrative wasn't true, Miller admitted, smashing through months of distorted media coverage with a single sentence. She went even further, offering rare insight into the mindset and character that make Clark such a unique talent.
watching her pass, and I didn't know how talented she was and how well she sees the game in a 3D version. Thinker. Defensively, a lot better than I thought and gave her credit for. So watching her and just spending a little time. And one thing, guys, that I've learned is to step back and let these kids be themselves.
But Miller's connection to Clark wasn't just about XS and OS. It was emotional. When the Fever finally secured their first win of the season, Miller didn't just offer congratulations, she offered something more rare, unconditional support during a time when Clark felt totally isolated.
He was getting hit with everything left and right, and I just said, I hugged her, I said, I'm so proud of you. I go, savor this, use this as a formula. I said, but keep being you. I said, no matter what.
That embrace after Indiana's first victory was more than symbolic, it exposed how alone Clark had felt under the microscope of critics. Miller later recalled the rawness of the moment. I gave her the biggest hug I could. When she saw me, she was like, oh man, finally someone who's on my side.
It's a crown that she's wearing right now.
Right.
And it wasn't something that she self-anointed herself. It's something that's been placed on her head, and I hope people understand that. But it's everything that she's dealing.
In that moment of vulnerability, Miller didn't deliver empty encouragement. She gave guidance forged through decades of experience. I'm so proud of you. Savor this. Use this as a formula. But keep being you no matter what. Those weren't just kind words, they were a lifeline from someone who had walked the same battlefield.
And I gave her the biggest hug that I could. And when she saw me, she's like, oh man, finally somebody I see that's on my side.
Right, that can relate.
The one thing that I said to her, and she was heading into her senior year, was have fun. No matter all the static, just make sure you find that quiet.
When Cheryl Miller speaks, the basketball world listens, and for good reason. With 3 Naismith Player of the Year awards, 2 national titles, Olympic gold, and a spot in the Hall of Fame, her resume demands attention. But more importantly, she sees something in Clark that many overlook, her exceptional court vision.
Set a screen for Kaylin. Kaylin don't need a screen. Kaylin's got great handles. The one thing that I don't think people really appreciate about that young lady's game, she can pass the ball.
She can't pass. She got great assists.
She and
the bounce pass is powerful,
which is almost non-existent.
The one thing I don't think people appreciate about her game is that she can pass the ball, Miller stressed, pointing to an element that elevates Clark from star scorer to transcendent playmaker. Coming from a legend, this wasn't just praise, it was basketball truth.
What they've done for the women's game from the collegiate level to now, and it's working. And it was only a matter of time. And great narratives, great storylines. But now the bottom line comes down to one thing. It's about basketball, and it's about wins.
Miller's view holds special weight because she straddles both player development and media circles. At the 2024 All-Star Game, she watched Clark's brilliance unfold in real time. One candid observation from Miller demolished the months of misinformation spread by critics stuck in the past.
What advice, if any, did you share in that meeting with Kayla? Because I know that she spoke very highly of you, got great respect for you.
I've known Cheryl for a little while now. I think her energy, that's what I love about her. Like, it's just contagious. And
that game wasn't just about stats, it was the beginning of a bond that could reshape the Fever's future. When Clark nervously called Miller coach for the first time, neither woman knew they were building a foundation that could become the WNBA's next championship dynasty.
I've known Cheryl for a little while now. I think her energy, that's what I love about her. Like, it's just contagious. And
long before they met on the court, Clark held deep admiration for Miller. Obviously Cheryl, she's one of the pioneers of our game. Just an awesome individual, Clark said. Her excitement to work with Miller wasn't forced, it was heartfelt. The respect was real and mutual.
Two people that have done so much for the game. For me, it's super special. Like, there's still 2 people that I really look up to and idolize, and appreciate everything that they've done, and for them to have this moment too and be a part of it, like it's just super.
Despite Clark's court confidence, she approached Miller with genuine humility. "I called her coach and she said, 'I don't know about that, we'll have to see how I do,'" Clark recalled. That exchange showed a foundation of mutual trust, and it revealed Miller's belief in the Fever's potential. Indiana has a very, very bright future.
Most. What an opportunity. And I was excited, like really, really excited, till I found out that the team I'm coaching wants to beat the brakes off our Olympic team. I'm like, okay, the pressure's on. So now we got a game, folks. We're going to have a game, but it's been fantastic.
What truly impressed Miller wasn't just Clark, it was the entire Fever roster's toughness. "This is not a team people want to play," she said. "They're fearless." That competitive fire is exactly what separates hopefuls from contenders.
Came well before today's game. They were skilled. They were incredible. The spotlight is now enhanced, and give these women credit. They have certainly elevated the game. But there are some truly, truly great players that could play today that played yesterday.
And you know what? And I love the way that you said piggyback, because in no way, shape, or form am I not appreciative of where the game is at and the exposure, because we get exposure. Everybody forgot Lynette Woodard until Caitlin Clark broke her scoring.
Looking ahead to 2025, there's clearly something special brewing in Indiana. The Clark-Miller relationship isn't just a feel-good story, it's a real, championship-worthy alliance. Miller praised Clark's 3D court vision, calling it next level. When she told Clark, "Savor this, use this as a formula, but keep being you," it wasn't just a pep talk, it was a passing of the torch. While the critics keep clinging to tired narratives, the bond between Clark and Miller represents everything right with the evolution of basketball. The future in Indiana isn't just promising, it's loaded with championship potential.